Vlog! And here he is now, your host, Emerald Man 1994!
A few days after I made Vlog 006, something amazing happened. I was playing Metroid Prime 2, and I was playing Metroid Prime 2 on Metroid Prime Trilogy for the Wii, and I was playing it. I got all the Sky Temple keys, which unlocked the Sky Temple where the final boss was. The final boss's name is... Not gonna tell you. If you guys want to find out, you'll have to play it yourself. But it was fun. I did the battle. It took me about 3 tries. Probably 4 tries. The first try, I generally, would fight and just hope to do good. Just learn. Mainly the main point of the first try is to learn the weakness. Then you end up dying because you lost so much health trying to figure out what the weakness is. Second time, then now you know the weakness. Now you try as hard as you can to continue. And then most bosses are broken up into stages. So you beat the first stage. Now you're at a brand new second stage. You're like, okay, now I need to completely figure out what to do here. Luckily, I found what to do very quickly on that one. So then I got to the third and final part, which I could not seem to figure out what to do, despite scanning it, despite everything. So I died. My third try. I finally ended up figuring it out and won. So I beat the boss. And this boss is in the Dark World. And I turned on, I took away all the power of the 3 main Dark Worlds. Torvus Bog, the Aegon Wasteland, and the Sanctuary Fortress. And I took away all the power from the darkness, so the Dark World basically crumbled apart, and there's... the Dark World still exists, but it's not as powerful as it was before. And now that I brought all 3 of those worlds to light, or areas to light, there's one final area which is in the Sky Temple. Once you beat the boss, then it's go time. Immediately, you take away the power from the Sky Temple. All power is gone from all the Dark World. In 8 minutes, you have 8 minutes, and in 8 minutes, the Dark World will crumble, and anything in it will be completely neutralized. It'll be gone. So, you have 8 minutes to escape and go to the light world. So anyways, I ran out of the Sky Temple, went down, and man, I thought I was done. I was done. All of a sudden, someone popped down. Another boss, someone I'm not going to say, but someone popped down, and I'm like, oh no, I have 7 minutes left, and now I have to beat this boss. So I'm like, boom, 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 trying to shoot. I know what to do. Ah! So that's the noise it makes whenever you die. I'm like, oh no, please don't tell me I have to replay the final boss again. Luckily, I didn't have to. 8 minutes started again. I tried, figured out what to do, beat him. Then once I beat him, Samus ran through the dark portal into the light world, and here she was, happy. Everyone was bowing down to her, so thankful. The dark ether is now no more, and light ether is only in existence. So I was really excited. It was a great ending. The game was a little more heavier on story than most Metroid games, but I liked it. It was really, really good. Sadly, no voice acting, but it was a great game. When asked, I've played every single Metroid Prime game now. Metroid Prime 1, 2, 3, and Metroid Prime Hunters. I will tell you, my favorite has to be Metroid Prime 3, with the beautiful... graphics, the beautiful design of the levels and puzzles. It's really just awesome. My second favorite, probably Metroid Prime 2, because I enjoyed playing in the light world, and then going into a dark world. It's like the same world, but with it's like you see familiar places. So it's kind of like, oh, I remember that place. So there's a save station right around this door, and there it is. It's just really, really cool. Then Metroid Prime 1, and then Metroid Prime Hunters. To me, Metroid Prime Hunters was definitely too repeated. Like, it repeated... Like, I think there were only 3 bosses. There must have been, like, 20 bosses in the game, but all the bosses fell under some category. There were 3 types of bosses. There's one that, like, it stood up. One that's, like, a tall tower. There was one that, I forgot the other kinds. But anyways, there were 3 types, and all the bosses were the exact same type. Were one of the 3 types with just like an extra arm or something. Nothing special. It was like, wow, I know exactly how to kill you. Nothing cool there, weird. But then they also had the bounty hunters. I think you had to battle them too. But it was fun. So yep. So there you have it. I beat every single Metroid Prime game now. So here's where I am on my Metroid timeline. I beat Metroid NES. I beat Metroid Prime. I beat Metroid Prime Hunters. I beat Metroid Prime 2. I beat Metroid Prime 3. And now I'm on to the Game Boy version. Metroid 2 Return to Samus. So I'm really excited. Once I beat that, all I have left is Super Metroid and then Metroid the Other M. But here's the thing. Metroid the Other M comes out August 31st. And here we are, and it's August 15th. In 16 days, Metroid the Other M comes out. And I still have 2 more Metroid games before I can get to Metroid the Other M. Most likely, I'm not gonna be able to play Metroid the Other M on launch date. Maybe I expect to play it sometime in September, sadly. Because now that I beat Metroid Prime 2, I'm like, okay, I need another MP. If you guys don't know what an MP is, I like to make up my own terms, but an MP, which I will use a lot, is a my play, which is like me going through a whole game from beginning to end. So, Metroid Prime 2 was my MP. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Conduit and all those other games I did before, they were my MP. So I'm like, okay, so I like to have MPs, but I have rules with my MPs. I have a Wii MP, I have a DS MP, and the Wii MP, that could be a Wii or GameCube game. The DS MP could be DS, DSi, Game Boy Advance, any Game Boy. And then I can choose between a Ware MP, DSiWare or WiiWare MP, or Virtual Console MP. So it's a lot of fun, so I definitely have a lot of stuff going. But generally, I only do Wii and DS. I don't exactly do a Ware. If I do a Ware, it will replace the system. So instead of playing Monster Hunter Tri, I would then play a Virtual Console game or WiiWare game. So generally, I like to limit it down to 2 just to limit the confusion. But I beat Metroid Prime 2, so I'm like, okay, I need a new Wii MP. Virtual Console, WiiWare, or do I do a Wii Disc or GameCube? Definitely not GameCube. I can't do it. There's no more Metroid console games except Super Metroid, but I can't skip ahead. So I'm like, okay. I'm actually not going to have one. Actually, it's going to be Monster Hunter Tri, but I'm not going to do it until I do something. And I'll tell you what I need to do. Now that I beat Metroid Prime 2, my next game, as I said before, is Metroid 2 Return to Samus. So I need to go to that. But the problem is, I already have a DS LP, and that's a DS MP, and that's for the Game Boy Advance, and that is Fire Emblem, as I said before. So, I'm not going to have a Wii MP, and I'm going to play solely on Fire Emblem, because I need to beat Fire Emblem. I don't want to rush through it, but I need to beat it in a timely manner. That way I can move on to Metroid 2 Return to Samus. Once I do that, then I will open up my Wii so I can open up my Wii to MP so that way I can play Monster Hunter Tri. Balancing out between Wii and DS. But I can't do that now. My sole focus needs to be DS so I can beat Fire Emblem. And I'm actually doing a lot. I'm doing very good on it. I'm on I think I'm on chapter 19 or 20. I think there's only 25 or 30. I'm not exactly sure. but I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. The story is great. It's exactly how I remember when I first played it. Sadly, I didn't get a chance to finish it because my game got erased, but it's, I know exactly where I am. I'm getting very close to the end. It's a lot of fun. I haven't let anyone die. People have died, but I turned off my power, turned it back on, and did not let it save when they died. So, I have my full team, and I have all these people, and it's a lot of fun. Probably my favorite character in Fire Emblem Game Boy. It has to be. It's really hard. I have a lot of attachments. I really like... Well, here, my favorite archer is Rebecca. She's just a really great archer. My favorite lord... There are 3 lords in the game. Hector, Eliwood, or Lyn. Lyn, she's weak. Eliwood, he's pretty weak too. Hector, he's an axe, so he's really strong, but his accuracy isn't always the best. But he has raw power, and I like him for it. So he is my favorite lord. Then I go to, then I have knights, or my cavalier, and my paladins. The best one I have is Marcus. He's not my favorite. I don't like to use him a lot because if I kill an enemy with him, he might get 10 experience. But I kill an enemy with anyone else, I might get 50 experience. Just because he's so high level as he is, and he's already changed classes, he doesn't get as much experience. He's not my favorite though. My favorite is actually Saiyan. I just like the way he talks and acts. He's a really cool, pretty cool guy. Definitely my favorite mage. There's not too many mages to choose from, but mine is definitely Urk. He has the elements on his side, fire, electricity, and he's just really awesome. I recently leveled him up. I classed him up to a sage, moved his class up to a sage, so he's really powerful now, and he can use staves, so now he can heal people. It's really awesome. So now I have a magic person and a healer combined. Before I used to have 2 separate people, but now I combined them, and I can have room in my party for other people. Yeah, and that's really it. Definitely my favorite fighter is Dorcas. Weird name, but he's awesome. This guy is pure talent. He's very strong. He's awesome. I classed him up too. I'm not sure what he is. I'm pretty sure he's like a fighter or something crazy like that. But he's really powerful. It's crazy. He's awesome. Well, that about wraps it up for the main part of this blog, but I'd like to go in and just say a few more things. Really about what I've been doing this week. This week, it's kind of like I'm back on YouTube. I'm making videos, so I'm really excited. I got a few honors, really happy. Most viewed on a certain day, number 70 or 60 for my category. I'm really happy though, because now I'm getting back in the groove and everything. Definitely not, views are definitely a lot more down than they were at E3 week, but that's expected because E3 was my time. That's what I get the most views because I am a video game person. Now it's just regular week. But my views are higher than usual with series such as my Animal Crossing City Folk Wi-Fi games. I feature a lot of users in those videos. We have official friend code trading posts, which any of you guys can join if you want to play online in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Mario Kart Wii, Animal Crossing City Folk, Pokemon DS games. Join the official friend code trading posts for the game, and it's a lot of fun. You can communicate with other people who want to play with other people in that game. You can trade items with them, schedule matches. We all have tournaments and competitions and giveaway prizes and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Definitely join it. I made a Pokemon Black and White super update. I was crunched for time. It's about 30 minutes. I have part 1 and part 2. It's 30 minutes. There's so much for you guys to know about Pokemon Black and White. It's a review of every single thing we know of all the new features. I really don't go into depth about Pokemon, but it's about the features, which is a huge amount of features. It's awesome. Well, yeah. With that about wraps it up. Please rate, comment, share, and subscribe. It only takes a few clicks. And I will see you guys later. And until then, this is Emerald Man, 1994, signing off.